I just smile today because somebody make me really dey very happy today with regards to the nonsense wey dey happen in this country. A northerner is so bold enough to call Sheikh Gumi the name where Sheikh Gumi is, where a lot of Nigerians they timid to call Sheikh Gumi the name, that Sheikh Gumi is a terrorist. Make una watch the video. Afterwards, I'll come back and tell now one, maybe two things when me they think on my head.
One of the key reasons why we are getting it wrong is because of people like Sheikh Mahmoud Gumi. In a clear case of a war, because he's talking about bloodshed, there has been bloodshed. Nigeria has been a theater of war for almost 2 decades. Possibly it is not affecting him directly because most of the casualties, most of the mass murders is that of Christians. He appears to be a negotiator, but to be very honest with you, he has advocated more for appeasing the terrorists rather than advocating justice for the victims. And I think it's important to us because I believe he's an Islamic cleric. He understands the concept of justice. How do you deal with a scenario of people raping women, people killing soldiers, people decimating homes, people sacking communities, but then the strength of your advocacy is that the government should appease them? Where in the whole world, in the history of any war, whether guerrilla warfare, whether military warfare, have you ever found a situation where there is an active bloodshed going on, and then you believe that appeasing the criminals that are carrying out these genocidal attacks and infusing them into the military will help? From the very beginning, when the notion of amnesty, de-radicalization and integration began, we have never seen a scenario where these repentant terrorists, as they call them repentant, have ever led people to their camps and they were decimated. They have been growing exponentially. They have been acquiring more arms. So that is basically the problem we are having. We are getting it wrong simply because we have managed to create a false narrative. An example is we have managed to compartmentalize terrorism or these Islamist activities to look as if it is only Boko Haram that is doing it. The reason is because the rest of the terrorist groups that are jihadist in nature have been forged into different names. For instance, he's talking about two fighting. There is no two fighting anywhere. It is important also, we would love it if you are able to have an example of one Christian militia that is operational in either Sokoto or any of the Muslim dominant states that have been raping women and killing people. Then we can understand that. And at least the Muslims will equally lend their voice and say, okay, whatever it is the Americans are claiming that the Christians are suffering from, we are also suffering from it. And since it is all about eradicating terrorism, then we'll come and eradicate them. But I think the problem is not just because there are foot soldiers who are killing people. It is because there are people who are sympathetic to the jihadist cause, there are people who are sponsoring them, and the involvement of any foreign nation in a scenario where there is a genocide does not end with the foot soldiers. It traces those who are sympathetic to their cause, whether because of political or religious or ideological beliefs. It equally traces those who sponsor them. And I think that is primarily where the problem lies in Nigeria. We are not sincere with the war against terrorism. Once it involves, because wherever you go to, we can't force ourselves. Most of the time, you find a lot of Muslims claiming that these people, they are not truly representing Islam and all of that, blah, 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 and all of that. But the truth is that there is an Islamist, well-armed Islamist jihadist group that has been massacring Christians. And what we find, unfortunately, people who should be speaking or condemning this act are busy trying as much as possible to create sympathy for them. You can imagine him saying that killing the terrorists will now amount to genocide. Then what would you tell the people that have been buried there? For instance, just of late in Yelewata, over 250 people were killed. But he describes that not as a genocide. He says two fighting.
Sure, I don't hear him now. Me, I don't know why Gumi don't make himself the spokesperson of Boko Haram in this country. For me, it's a clear indication that this Sheikh Gumi is the chief sponsor of Boko Haram in this country. I don't even need to doubt him. I don't care what Tinubu won't believe, Tinubu won't believe, or security agents won't believe or not. This man they call Sheikh Gumi, he knows a lot with regards to Boko Haram operation in this country. That is why he's fighting tooth and nail to see that there are no unalive Boko Haram in this country, or bandit or herdsmen with the take people down unnecessarily. The greatest danger way happen at that Buhari, we are not going to forgive that man, not forget that man. How on earth with a terrorist, a Boko Haram member, we don't gun down a lot of soldiers, don't buy a lot of our soldiers, and I can't take them, and I say I reintegrate them, and I can't carry them join soldier again. And I can't recruit them again to join the Nigerian army. Then how are we not going to have problem in this country? Why is it that we're not going to have problem in this country? Sheikh Gumi, they talk, say, the crisis in Benue, in Plateau is too fighting. But if the military, if Trump comes around to come by those Boko Haram member, it don't become genocide. But the Christians and even Muslims that they have been taken down every day, no genocide. When I see this country, not only God and go fear pause for this country. Now see this country, now see Sheikh Gumi, now see Sheikh Gumi, hypocrites. This man is a big hypocrite. This man supposed to be behind bars. If na Igbo man they talk like this, as we this to the photo arrester, show already did not even see half of this. Now they declare I'm wanted. Like that CP way they talk rubbish, or nothing they talk. Anyhow, guys, I promise to see you, but don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share this video. I remain the Eagle's Eyes.